Goodbye, boys. Goodbye, boys. Goodbye, boys. Goodbye, boys. Goodbye, boys.
feet go boom, 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 boom. My heart beats boom, 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 boom. Heart speed goes zoom, 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 zoom. My feet go boom, 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 walking away from you. That's what I'm gonna do. I got the same old shoes with a new attitude. Why would I sing the blues for you? I say, hey, you can't stop me, 'cause my pain, is gasoline. I can't wait, for nobody. If you break my heart, it's 1, 2, 3. Boom, boom, boom. My feet go boom, 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 boom. My heart beats boom, 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 boom. Heart speed goes zoom, 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 zoom. My feet go boom, 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 walking away from you. That's what I'm gonna do. I got a new tattoo, don't know what to tell you. Got nothing left to prove to you. I say, hey, you can't stop me, 'cause my pain, is gasoline. I can't wait, for nobody. If you break my heart, it's 1, 2, 3. Boom, boom, boom. Hold on, I'm going, 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 going. There's a big storm, it's coming, 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 coming on. Hold on, I'm going, 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 going. There's a big storm, it's coming, 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 coming on. Coming, 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 coming on. Coming, 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 coming on. Boom, boom, boom. My feet go boom, 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 boom. My heart beats boom, 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 boom. Heart speed goes zoom, 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 zoom. My feet go boom, 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 walking away from you.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back here at CavOK Racing Network. Yet in the new year, it's the first one in 2023. We'll have to practice it a little bit more, but it's going to be awesome. We have some new overlays, some new people here in the booth, so it's going to be exciting. Because, of course, I would love to do this with Peter and Chris, but they're not here. So we're going to do this with somebody else, and I always call him the data man. Matt, welcome to the booth.
Thanks. It's good to be here.
It's great to have you. Have a happy new year, also for everybody who's listening. So let's start immediately with some data. What do you have for us?
I don't have any data. I just know that this is one of the best tracks to race the Skippies at, so I'm excited to be here.
And why for you is it the most exciting race from the season?
Just the uphill and the downhill, right? You're in a hallway, and it's a squiggly hallway. And to get the most out of it, you have to get as close to the walls as you can without actually running into them. And it's a fun place to be.
Yeah, and of course, we are already in qualification. On the moment, we do see Daniel Dion on first place on the SF2. And it's Sam Devon-Che who is actually taking the lead on the moment. I'm not sure if he actually already set a time or it's just because he was fastest in practice. But I'm not sure. Did you watch this morning the SNL race?
I haven't had a chance to watch that, no, but I know Sam posted it, and it's
Well,
always exciting here.
it was an exciting race, and I will tell you one thing. What I noticed was, yes, it is a place to draft, but on the other hand, it's also a place where it's very technical, especially when you go downhill. So there will be some groups, and Sam wasn't that lucky. Had a really great qualification, as he is doing now. Comes in at the first place, but he had a really good qualification. Had a great race, and in that last lap, it went all wrong. And where it went wrong for him, it went great for Adam Miles. I will tell you something, he really had it till the end. And he took in that last moment in that last straight there. It's where he really takes some pointers. So I am curious what he's gonna do in this race.
Yeah, Adam's just fast everywhere, really. But Sam has the quote-unquote home field advantage here.
Yeah, definitely, and I do think that will matter. So, of course, some person that we haven't spoke about, Bertie. He's currently on second position. He did really well in that first race as well. I remember that yellow car. I think it's his first season here in the SNS, but great to see him doing really well. Currently 2/10 behind Sam Devonjay. But of course, we're only we still have 3 more minutes and 40 seconds. So we will see if there will be some changes. I also see Dempagowski doing really well. Let's have a quick look where he is on the moment. Oh, he's in those great colors. He's currently uphill and he needs to prepare for the downhill now. But he's on the number 1 in Formula 2.
Yeah, Dan's usually been strong here, at least when I race with him.
He is strong this season. He started really strong. So curious to see what he can do in this race, because it is different with that Formula 1. So we've seen 2 races. I saw one in the real broadcast. Matt, so far, what do you think of it?
Sorry, what do I think of what?
What do you think of the races coming together? So Formula 1 and Formula 2 on the same track.
Oh, it's great. I really like this style of having the scoring separate, but like everyone on the same track. I think it makes for better viewing. I don't know about better racing, because sometimes it's a little overwhelming to see 30 cars in the grid when you go into the public races and it's like 20 at most. But once you settle into your groove, it's just like every other race. But the initial part is a little overwhelming. But it's, I think it's much better from our point of view from watching, but not from trying to keep track of what's going on, because there's battles, Alex would call them pockets of excitement, just everywhere.
Yeah, definitely, and we are going to trying to keep track of it. We do have the different colors in our new overlays. So we call red our Formula 1, and the blue ones are our Formula 2. So you could easily recognize who's currently on the first position. That's still Dempagowski for Formula 2. Has Devon Davenport right behind him, and then Alton, Pace, Reback. I think Pace is a new name. Am I right in that?
Yeah. He mentioned in the Discord this is going to be his first race. It's an interesting one to pick out. It's a good one to pick out, but getting your feet wet in SNS and these tight quarters is interesting.
It's interesting, but I think Dan, he tried it, so he's going to try it over here, and he's doing really well already. Gets in there on that third place spot right now. And we are getting into the last minute, so we will see if we can see some changes. Currently, I know that Sam Devonjay is in that first place, and he won't compete anymore. So Chris Herrera, Adam Miles on third spot, then Tim Bertie, and then Mike Bowers. They're all done with their qualification and already in the pit waiting. So we're still looking for Scott Bell. Great to see Scott Bell in this new year as well. Is currently on a 7th position, but is he gonna outdo himself on the moment? Oh, he's taking quite a shortcut over there. I'm not sure if that was really intended, but while he's going down, I'm just having a quick look. Carl Drunky is coming over the finish line and has done that on the 4th place, and that was his last lap. It's very good that he got that lap in. Is on the 4th place, and definitely will be up there. Because if you need to pick somebody, Matt, who would you pick as a favorite over here?
It's really hard to go against Adam Miles.
Interesting.
I think it has to be Sam, Chris, or Adam.
Well, I'm gonna put in the ball over there, Carl Drunky. I think Carl Drunky has done this track so many times, and he knows how to do this track. So I think experience is gonna end up really well up here. But currently, we do want to congratulate Sam Devontae on that first spot. Our Australian all the way over here, done a really good lap. And then Chris Herrera, always good. And again, here on that second spot. Curious to see what he can do in this group with Adam Miles right behind him, together with Carl Dronke, Tim Berkey, Mike Bowers, Max DiGiacomo, and Scott Bell in 8th position. And then we see Dion Smokes. Great job on that 9th position. Next to there is BJ Wildboar. And then we have Tommy Maines. Have a quick look if we can see some more people going in. I see Dan Pegowski. Thomas Fotos, Benjamin Harris, Dixon Davenport, Steve Durr, Dan Pace. It's hard to keep track of all of them. I'm gonna call out a couple of them here. Ryan Taylor, 26th position. Great to see him up here. And then I saw a couple of new names. Josh Fassbender. Have you heard of that name before?
No, I have not. But we're glad he's here.
Very glad to be here, and just have a quick look. When we look at that grid, let's see if we can get the results up for at least the qualification of Formula 2. And then we see Dan Pegowski taking the lead, Dixon Davenport second, and Dan Pace is third. So great to see those guys up there as well. And we'll keep an eye out on them. While it is going to be difficult, hopefully that we can do something over here.
Yeah, Dan Pace in third for SF2 drivers and 17th overall is a good first showing.
Yeah, definitely.
So, I mean, in this big of a grid, you really got to be careful in that middle part. I trust everyone to make it through, but, you know, racing happens sometimes.
Oh, racing happens, and exactly. And who's going to make that mistake over there, and who's going to try to overtake or something in that way. And that's going to be a lot of hassle, especially with 32 cars on the grid. Yeah, it's going to be exciting. I don't
want to get into the... Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, no, I see the cars already gridding. So what kind of last news do you have?
I think going back to who's going to win it, I think the deciding factor, aside from like any mistakes, is going to be that pit entry, because I think that's going to be what breaks up the lead pack from itself. Whoever can nail that pit entry, and whoever loses like maybe half a second there is going to possibly miss out on a lot of the time throughout the race due to losing the draft.
Yeah, exactly. Which groups can go on? Well, the lights are going on, so we are getting ready. Sam Devontae is going to make that start quite nicely, and they're all zooming in. It's like going nicely onto the outside. Look at that, all already in one line. It looks like everybody is taking very good care on that first line, but look at this. How many cars do we have? This is amazing. What a big field we have over here. We're already seeing 3 wide in the front. But they all make it work, and in the first real corner over there, or second corner over there, it's going to look all fine. Not many changes over there. It's Adam Miles taking first position from Sam Devontae, and Chris Herrera straight behind there, but it's just still all one big pack.
Yeah, which is great to see, but it's also the first hard part is that first braking zone. But now we get into the real tricky part. You have to manage the gap in front and also the walls next to you.
Exactly, and we do see now that Adam Miles is going to prepare himself to actually go downhill. He's going to do that together with Sam Devontae and Chris Herrera right behind there. But of course, Carl Dronke and Tim Berkey are in there as well. And that's already a little bit of a first group. Curious to see how we go when we're all the way down. Look at that. 32 Skippies going all the way down, and it looks all nice. Look at that. You see Brian Perez over there. He's in 18th position, 2 positions up already. But I'm amazed how nice and clean it goes. I was expecting a lot more trouble going downhill, but it seems that everybody has prepared here for 2023 and they're all going fine. It's now Sam Devante who takes the first position. Look at that, they're going side by side. Interesting to see. And yeah, it's Sam Devante who takes that position. He looks a lot like Chris Herrera, but it's definitely our Australian takes that first position, holds that first position.
Looks like in the middle pack there's a few passes going on in that last section.
Yeah, that's Steve Durr who's going side by side with Benjamin Harris on the moment. Curious to see behind there. I also see Brian Perez has a difficult time because there's Dan Pace. Look at that, Dan Pace is going to take a 3 wide over there. They're going 3 wides. It's Dan Pagowski in the inside. Brian Perez is holding the middle. And Dan Pace is holding it right over there. But what a nice fights over there.
Looks like Chris Herrera is making a move up for the first spot now.
Yeah, that's great. That is that long space. And I don't think they do much defending over here. They really tried to get away, and that really worked well already for those first 6. It's our first 5, actually. It's Tim Bertie, the last driver over there, who can hold on. But Mike Bowers drops back a little bit, and behind there it's Scott Bell. Oh, and there goes BJ Wildboar. Holds on and immediately needs to go back. And that is the league rules that we have over here. You need to go immediately back, not to involve any other danger. But this makes the gap only bigger for Mike Bowers, who's now 3.5 or 3 seconds behind. In this first group, that's really where it's all about.
Yeah, it's interesting because obviously they're letting each other pass, but is the bonus point worth the fuel saving opportunity, right? Like, you can play it safe and use the huge draft to your advantage on these straights, or you can try to make the pass going towards the start finish line and try to add up those bonus points if you can.
Yeah, definitely, and it will be for some drivers different. I know that Adam Miles will take it easy. That's at least what he did this morning, and that was a winning strategy. So I'm not sure if he's going to change. But on the moment is Chris Herrera, who's flying over there. Sam Devante right behind there, and then Adam Miles and Carl Dronke, who's also there. And Carl Dronke, I don't know. I can expect everything, but look at this. Sam Devante is taking that outside line. Curious to see where he's going to play in the attack. Holding that line. They're going side by side right now. This is very dangerous as Sam is holding off and going into that second position. So they're holding on. How is it going with Brian Perez? Brian Perez is now currently right behind Steve Durr. There are some gaps falling over there. Our first Formula 1 driver, or Formula 2 driver, is Dixon Davenport. Great to see him on 12th position. And on first position of our Formula 2. Behind there is Dan Pace, and then Daniel Pagowski, Michael Riebeck, and Pontenberg. Of course, Pontenberg is there as well.
Yeah, and for the SF2 drivers, it looks like Dixon's up 3 spots. Dan Pace is up 2. Dan Pagowski's unfortunately down 3, but he's still in the race. It's early days here.
It's early days, and they are very close to Steve Durr and Brian Perez. And Brian Perez just take that nice overtake. And he's holding on because he needs to hold on to Dixon Davenport.
It looks like Scott Bell and Max DiGiacomo got past Mike Bowers. So.
Oh, and we do see who hit the wall over there. It was that green from Tom Maines. And that's going to give him some damage. Curious to see what that was going to cost him. It's Thomas Fotos who now overtakes. And then, of course, Dixon Davenport trying to do the same thing. But look at that. This will give Brian Perez and Steve Durr also the chance to come back over here. And in the front, they're going down. Sam Devante, Chris Herrera, Adam Miles. In that order, they're going down. And they're still holding on. Tim Berkey has a little bit more of difficulty. But is still in that group as well.
Yeah, Brian and Steve Durr caught the pack they were chasing as well. in P13 and 14. So now Ben Harris is leading that second pack. I guess third pack technically, but
Well,
the
and
draft train's going by.
I was hoping for Brian Perez to come by, but he's not doing that right now. Oh, and he is doing that. Look at that. When you don't expect it, he is doing that, and he's going to make a really, really nice move. And he's up now 8 positions, and he's now... they're going some drivers off. It's Dixon Davenport who goes off. I thought that Benjamin Harris was going off there as well. And yet another spot of 2 for Brian Perez, who is now leading that group from before Steve Durr. And he is now in 10th position. Great to see them drive. Dixon Davenport is there in there as a first Formula 1 driver.
Yeah, and Tom Photos made out from there because everyone else behind him kind of slipped up and tried to mow the lawn there. And he got a little gap to Brian now, and I think Brian might be able to close it up, but...
Yeah, and I see in front Scott Bell is now trying to make that move over Tim Bertie. I'm curious to see how that will work, and he takes that inside line. Nice job. And look at that, Max DiGiacomo immediately looking there. This is a great race overall. A lot of big drivers are still together. I want to have a quick look in the front because I'm curious to see what Sam Davitte is going to do. He has now Adam Miles behind him together with Chris Herrera. Look how close it is that he drives. And he's going to overtake over there Chris Herrera. I'm not sure exactly what happens with Chris Herrera, but he has to...
hit the wall.
Yeah, oh, he hit the wall. Well, it looks like this is very good news for Sam Davitte. I do think in the back, I do see that Rusty Pontenberg and Michael Olton also crashed into the wall. Still driving, but will have some damage.
Yeah, and that group from Brian Perez in P10 all the way down to Andrew Cole down in P19, all within a second of the car in front of it. So that's a nice big group just holding it together.
Well, that's a big group. What's going on over there? I do see Benjamin Harris trying to make a move on Thomas Mains, but he's not going to do that. Falls back. And I think that is a wise choice. There's a long straight coming up here, and he's probably having a better chance to make it over there. I do see Dempegowski going into the pit, so Dempegowski is one of our first takers. Is that's a really, really early one. I would think that Jake Ashe would do that. He's not in, and Dempegowski says, you know what, I will take that Jake Ashe job and overtake there. But I'm curious to see what is Benjamin Harris on the moment going to do.
Looks like Eric Hellion also hit it. But these laps are so long, I think the pit window is actually pretty narrow.
Nice move from Benjamin Harris. Takes it over there to the 13th spot. And we do see now those groups form, as we were earlier saying. Really see now some small groups over there. You have that top 5, then number 6, 7, and 8 are close together, and then we see some more groups going in there, and then this big, massive group. Trying to see if they can catch up with Brian Perez. Brian Perez is trying to see if he can get away with Steve Durr. That was an intensive fight, but currently Brian Perez is doing very well and holding on to Dixon Davenport, who is running for that first position of Formula 1, of Formula 2. I'm curious, do you want to hold that fight? What is Brian Perez going to do? Is he going to make that risk downhill? holding on, but he's not cannot make a move. It's really Dixon Davenport going downhill, making the speed, but this is all where it's going to happen. And while I say that, I do want to have a quick look for Sam Devontae, because they're going now side by side. It's called Dronky for the first time takes that first position before that corner, and this is an interesting move, because this is also what you will see in the end of the race. This is at least how Adam Miles won the SNL race, and it's all happening in that last section of this racetrack. Sam Devontae needs to hold on, and it's still Adam Miles in that third position. He is quiet over there and waiting. I'm curious to see what he's going to do.
Yeah, also, Ryan Taylor, Dan Smokes, and Rusty Bondenberg are in a pretty good battle.
All right, and while we say that, I will have a quick look over there. It's Dion Smokes. You said 22 position?
Yeah.
Ryan Taylor right behind there, and then Rusty Bondenberg following... and they will get that long straight right now. So curious to see if we drive along with Rusty Bondenberg, what we will see. Rusty really needs to hold off. I don't see a move yet coming up, which is a little bit surprising because he was that close over there. But maybe he doesn't want to make that move on the moment. No, he's not going to make that move. I'm pretty sure about that. Let's have a quick look at the front. We don't want to see, of course, want to make that mistake again. And Sam Devontae is still in the front, or again in the front. Depends on how you look at it. And Carl Dronky on that second position. Chris Herrera, Adam Miles, and Tim Bertie still holding on. I'm impressed with Tim Bertie, I have to say.
Yeah, I think he has a strategy and he's sticking to it from what it looks like.
Now we do see smoke coming out of Adam Miles. Was throwing it into that corner with a lot of risk. And Tim Bertie just needs to follow, and this is where that long straight comes in. Very, very handy.
Yeah, and P15, 16, 17, and 18 looks like they might be battling a little bit too, but you can focus on the leaders for now.
Yeah, no, they are definitely battling, and we do want to see that. This is an interesting battle. This is Andrew Cole. Right in front of there is Michael Reback, currently on 16th position, but on 3rd position on podium for Formula 2. So great job, and here we go. There they go. It's, I think, Dan Pace over there. Yeah, Dan Pace. And... Brad Sharp, yeah. Look at that, and in front of them, we see Benjamin Harris together with Steve Durr. Also a very interesting fight. I do see Adam Miles going into the pit, so pit stop strategies are going off right now.
Yeah, we're about a little past a third of the way through the race.
We do see more people going in.
So Adam was in 4th when he went into the pits. Now Tim has a small gap, but he should be able to make it up here when they shuffle their positions going uphill.
Yeah, exactly. And we do see that they overtaking somebody over there. Oh, that's called Dronky, who just doesn't defend that place and is really smart on it. But they are completely back up with Sam Devontae.
And
Yeah,
Dixon
now...
Davenport just passed Brian Perez for P9.
Oh, I want to have a quick look how that actually went. Was on that long straight. He just went straight past it, Jack. You can't really defend that. You don't want to defend it. And Brian Perez just holds on. And they are immediately continuing that battle. But oh, here, Brian Perez immediately does it again with, who was that? That's Dixon Davenport again, all right. Right on the moment when we're coming back, he does another overtake. It's going quite well for Brian Perez. 12 positions up from where he started. And he is now on 8th position.
And there hasn't been a lot of chaos. There hasn't been a lot of crashes, and that's really good to see, but he's not making up positions just off of other people crashing. He's making up positions off of good racecraft and good decision making.
Yeah, definitely, and it is really great to see that basically from everybody. This track was always treacherous for this downhill, and now they're all flying through. The real big crashes are somewhere else, but not over here. People have practiced this quite enough.
Looks like Carl and Chris are making a move on Sam.
Oh! A little bit of bunt drafting right over there, if I was correctly, but they do make it work. I'm curious what Tim Bertie is thinking on the moment. And he does see Sam Davinteya going into the pit. They're all going into the pit. Oh, look at that. Going into the pit. So that was a last minute decision, and Chris Herrera needed to respond, and he did respond right on the moment. But this is quite interesting. It does mean that Tim Bertie will be on his own over there. And now I'm curious to see where will they come out.
Adam Miles is heading towards the last turn right now too. So, and I think Adam Miles will have the momentum coming out of the first turn where the pit lets out. So when they all meet up, hopefully around the same time, I think Adam will have a little bit of the momentum that the other guys will need to catch on to.
Well, yeah, exactly, because he's now going over the line, and I don't see any of the guys still driving. There are now starting. Sam is starting, but this is big advantage for Adam Miles. He has predicted this, and this is exactly what's going to happen. Look at the distance that he has. They don't even get that draft from him anymore. He is gone, and now I'm curious to see if they can come back up.
Yeah, and Brian Perez is leaving the pits right behind Thomas Photos, who had broken a big gap. I think it was 2 or 3 seconds just off of racing when Brian and a few other people went off, and Brian really closed that gap in the pits.
And who am I missing right now? Carl Dronke. It's not happening again. Carl Dronke.
And Chris Herrera both came out at the same time. You know what's interesting? I wonder if their fuel calculators were calculating a different amount of laps.
I'm not sure, but I'm a little bit wondering why it's Carl Dronke currently all the way dropped to 23. I didn't see anything happening, so maybe he just had a bad pit stop or anything like that, but that is going to cost him quite well. On the first position, currently it's Tim Bertie. Here he's driving downhill, and he will get soon to the pit stop for sure.
I also wonder if they got an unsafe pit entry, because the pit entry is a little bit of a... So it's its own road course, so it's possible to get that a little wrong.
Well, and it was quite tight over there, so maybe that is exactly what happened. We are currently watching Tim Bertie, trying to see if he can get into that pit, or is he going to do another lap. I think he's going to go for that pit stop strategy over here, and he will come in. Curious to see how much he actually gained. He doesn't have to pit that long, because of course he was constantly in the back over there. And look, well, that was that road course where you're talking about. He's really cutting some track over there.
Max Giacomo is also pitting.
Oh, Max going in a little bit quick. Curious to see if he was not getting that pit entry 100% correct. And then Andrew Cole is also coming in on fourth position. Great job from him. He will drop a little bit, but currently 21st position's up. And here we go. Adam Miles takes his first lead. Tim Bertie is still standing still. He is not. He's going to be passed by Sam Davinteya as well, I think.
Yeah,
he is.
He's close. He's about where Sam was to Adam when he came out of the pits too. So this broke him up a little bit.
Yeah, and look at this. Great job from Mike Bowers. He is back in this race, and he's now currently on that fourth position. I see Scott Bell right behind there, fighting with Max DiGiacomo. They're going. Are they going into it? No. I think Max has a little bit of difficulty to catch up with Scott, so he's not going to make that move straight up there. But a lot of things happening right in the back over there. Benjamin Harris is trying to see if he can make that move on Steve Durr for 11th position. And of course, Tom Maines is in that front as well. But they're all not making a move. So then that's, where is then the big group called Dronky? How's he doing? He's driving together over there with Chris Herrera. So they do find each other, but has dropped all the way back to that position over there. 21st and 20th position for Chris Herrera and Carl Dronky. They have a lot of work in front of them. Michael Olton and Dion Smokes. Oh, and I do see again that was a small hit from Chris Herrera. Chris Herrera is going to drop back over there because he has some damage from hitting that wall. Too bad. I'm going to have a quick look at Max Giacomo because I do see that he's getting closer and closer to Scott Bell. And they are getting onto the long straight. So this is the great opportunity for him to actually see if he can make that move. And he is making the move, look at that. Nice jump from him, but Scott Bell gives the room and they both safely go through that corner, or I do say safely going through the corner. Max Giacomo is not holding that and is really pushing off Scott Bell. But Scott Bell says no and holds that one. Great job from Scott Bell, and he takes that position over. It's currently 5th position, but it's not over yet. Max Giacomo will come back because the long straight is coming back over there. But right behind there's a fight going to start with Thomas Fotos and Brian Perez. I've mentioned his name now a couple of times, but they are going so fast. He is 12 positions up, 8th position where he is. And then of course...
Dixon Davenport's right there too.
Yeah, Dixon Davenport. I'm just wondering, is he really Formula 1? Because he is currently 9th position in Formula 2, or it's Formula 1. And if you look in Formula 2, he is really a lot further. Daniel Pogowski is behind him, and then Michael Riebeck, Pace, Michael Olton, and we see some other drivers. But yeah, it's not the race for Barry Stockdale on the moment. Because he is last over there.
I don't know that he started the race.
Oh, well, that will help definitely. I'm just gonna have a quick look. Where's the big fight? It is here with Thomas Fotos still happening, because they're now all the way back up there to Brian Perez.
And the group right behind them, I think it's 10th, 11th, and 12th, with Tom Bain, Steve Dewar, and Benjamin Harris. They're still keeping it pretty close too. And then right behind them, Dan Pogowski and Greg Sharp are trying to catch that group of 3 in front of them.
Yeah, I do see that Benjamin Harris has a difficult time on holding it on track. Was hitting the wall a little bit, and it's Steve Durr who is really pushing over there and says, "Hey, mate, I want to go by." He holds off, and Brian Perez Benjamin Harris holds that, and Tom Maines just keep on following. Nice work over there from Tom Maines, because I did think that Steve Durr was dropping that right side a little bit much, but Tom Maines holds that position, and now it's Benjamin Harris who can hold off the rest over there. And look at that, Daniel Pogowski is now in fight over there with Greg Sharp. Greg Sharp, nice move. Takes the 13th position, is 6 positions up from where he started. Alright, we have 19 more minutes to drive. Adam Miles still 3.2 seconds ahead from Sam Javentier. That is quite a distance, I have to say. That first group is completely now scattered, and it is Adam Miles who takes that position. Sam Javentier second, but Tim Bertie holds on very nicely, and Mike Bowers comes in force together with Max Giacomo, because he's still in that battle over here with Scott Bell. We're going to see many overtakes over here. Maybe it's good to drive again with Scott Bell. Still in a Christmas atmosphere over here. He's getting so close over there.
And just in front of them, I think Greg Sharp had a slip up on the last corner of the track, and that led Michael Reback and Andrew Cole catch back up, so we have a group of 4 there.
Look at that, it looks a little bit like all the Canadians are grouping up. Daniel Pogowski, Greg Sharp, and Michael Reback in that group. Andrew Cole right behind there. But man, what a great race so far, and what a clean race. Really have to say, amazing job from everybody.
Yeah, it's great to see, and we say that, and to the viewers who haven't driven this track, like, oh yeah, of course. But if you drive this track, you can see how difficult it is to just stay out of the walls. And staying out of the walls on cold tires in a huge pack is a lot of pressure. So it's like, it means a lot that it's been this clean for this long.
And look at this, Brian Press on that long straight takes another position, or takes that position back from Dixon Davenport. That has been a battle all through the race. But on the moment, Dixon Davenport does a really good job, is in the top 10 of Formula 1 as Formula 2 driver. Nearly holds it and nearly falls back in the grass over there. And lose a little bit of momentum to Brian Press, who tries to see if he can go over there together with Thomas Fotos.
Looks like Dan Pogowski and Greg Sharp are pitting. So this might be kicking off the second round of pits.
Yes, that is going to happen, and it's going to be interesting to see, because they were fighting all the way. Other people that we have driving over there, Carl Dronke and Chris Herrera, they're just working together. They're now up to position 17. Needs to make a lot of spots. I do think that they both have a problem in the pit stop, and that's on the moment why they drive on these positions. But they're working together and trying to see if they can make that move on Dion Smokes, who is driving in the 16th position. And there goes Chris Herrera, and you do see that, yeah, Caldronki says, hey, I want to go with him. And they're going side by side, and a nice move. And this is, again, great job from all 3 drivers. You can do that in this kind of league.
Yeah, I think it's part of DN2. I mean, you can fight them, you can battle them all you want, but these 2 guys, they qualified, what, 3rd and 4th, 4th and 5th, 2nd and 3rd, 2nd and 4th. They qualified in the top 5, and by somehow they ended up back here. I would let them by, and I would take their draft and honestly learn the lines from them too. I think something that these huge grids allow is you can watch these guys, on a broadcast, but when you're driving right behind them, you can pick up some tips and tricks that you can take everywhere that you race.
Yeah, we're currently looking at Max DiGiacomo together with Scott Bell right behind there. Is a battle that's going on. They are getting into the long straight. I'm not sure if he's going to make the move. Yes, he is going to make the move, and this is always going to be interesting. Oh, look at that. Max DiGiacomo gives the space just barely enough, but Scott Bell takes that position, and he moves back up to that 5th position. Max DiGiacomo holds it rightly nice over here and can make a move on the next long straight.
Chris Herrera and Carl Dronke are side by side on that back straight, and Dion Smokes is following Carl.
Oh, that's an interesting group.
Yeah, this is Dan Pace's welcome to SNS.
Yeah, exactly. Look, and he's holding his line.
Right behind him.
Nice move from him. Carl Dronke wants to make that move, but Dan Pace holds off. And then immediately you see Chris Herrera says, you know what, I'm going to go in. Dan Pace is going to do the same thing. Carl Dronke is now on his own, loses his buddy Chris Herrera. Not sure if that was well communicated, but look at this, Adam Miles. We haven't seen it in a long time. It's 7.4 seconds off of Tim Bertie. He is long gone.
Yeah, Sam Diamante must have taken a second pit or disappeared.
I'm gonna have a quick look. What happened to... Yeah, Sam Devondre took that second position. I was just a second pit stop. I was a little bit worried, but so he is now behind Brian Perez, who's moved up to 5th position. 15 positions up from where he started. He is all by himself. Probably is going to pit very, very soon.
Yeah, Sam's rewarded with the pressure of Ben Harris and Steve Dewar right behind him, pressuring him.
Well, I'm curious to see what they're going to do when they're going downhill. Are you going to make a move over here? Looks like they're really trying to get any closer. And Steve Durr, we know that he's given up on his nice guy strategy, and he's really getting giving a lot of pressure over there. But also Tom Main's still in this position. All right, so I'm curious. It should be that Brian Perez maybe goes in. He's bidding by himself for now 2 laps. He's doing really well in that 5th position, and he is going in. Yes, he's going in. Curious to see if that group on the back, they are going to continue. And that is, of course, Sam Devondre. He doesn't have to go in anymore. But Benjamin Harris continues, Steve Durr and Tom Maines. Yes, they do want to follow Sam Devondre and maybe to get some advantage of this race. But we're getting closer to the finish. I do think Tim Bertie, what is he going to do? Is he going to follow and hold on to be on that podium? On the moment he's in that first position, but still needs to go to the pit. But the same thing for Max DiGiacomo. It's Adam Miles and Sam Devondre who both pitted and who are actually our real leaders.
Down in P26, Michael Collins and Daniel Dion have been going back and forth for a few laps now.
Well, let's
I'm
have a
not
quick
sure
look.
if they need a pit.
Well, look at it. Daniel Dion really taking that extra side. Wants to make it as difficult as possible, but Michael Collins says no, and holds off, but it's still not over yet. Of course, they also need to go for another pit stop, so maybe one of them thinks, you know what, I'm going to do that, but no, they're not. So, curious to see, what are they going to do on the straight? That's going to be an interesting part. And look at that, Michael Vieback, currently on the 8th position. But if you look at in class, he is really taking the lead. I'm curious, is that just because of pit stops? Or... yeah, that is because of pit stops. Of course, Dixon Davenport is still the leader over there. Michael Alton also is in a good position, but still needs to pit there as well. But they will come in very closely. But on the moment, they can celebrate their first position in Formula 2. And actually, you do see Michael Alton getting the heat of Dixon Davenport. Dixon is really making his drive really comfortable. And he's following, hoping that Michael Alton goes into the pit. And that will happen, so that means that Dixon Davenport takes one more position. Now only needs to wait till Michael Vieback goes into the pit to get that first position back from for Formula 2. Saw, was there a battle going on? Oh no, Michael Reback is also going into the pit.
Deanne Smokes and Dan Pogowski in the last corner, P17.
P17, I see Carl Dronky is driving currently P17. It's Daniel Smokes who is there together with Daniel Pogowski. Pogowski is doing quite well, third position currently on Formula 2. And is following Dion Smokes. Last season they were still battling in Formula 2. And he is making a move. Look at that, Daniel Pogowski. Nice. Great move from him and also from Dion Smokes, who holds on over there and is not beaten yet. And actually he holds the inside. And that's the preferred line over here. Because there's another one going into the inside as well. And he easily takes that cornerback. Daniel Pogowski sees that he can't hold that and doesn't want to defend that. So interesting battling over here for Formula 1 and Formula 2.
It really is. We're in the middle of the second pit window. So I think we have a few more people. We need to sort out their pit situation.
Well, you're saying that, and immediately Tim Bertie says, you know what, I'm going to go into the pit, and makes really that shortcut work for him. Maybe that is even actually gaining him some time. Currently, Tim Bertie is in that first position, but comes in to the pits. And then, of course, we're waiting for Maxi Giacomo. Maxi Giacomo goes one more lap extra. We're 6 minutes left into this race, but he's going to go one more lap extra and does take that extra point for being in the lead. So great job from him. He's in the lead. But of course, the real leader over there is Adam Miles. Now takes up that second position and can actually see Maxi Giacomo already. Sam Devontae is also getting closer, by the way. Look at that. I didn't notice that anymore, but he's 2.2 seconds behind Adam Miles. He is coming back.
And Ben Harris is doing a really great job of sticking in the back of Sam Devontae.
Well, he's doing a really great job overall because he's 10 positions up from where he started. He's not our hard charger. We all know who our hard charger is because that's Brian Perez. Has been driving a long time now all by himself, but had that big battles in the beginning and gained all those 12 spots by just making awesome moves. So great job from him. He's on that 8th position, trying to see if he can get any closer to Scott Bell, who is a little bit further than him. I think the biggest fight that we have is with Dixon Davenport and Tom Maines. It's trying to see if they can actually can get past Steve Durr. But uphill, I wouldn't try it. What you, mate?
No, the uphill, you really lose too much time. It's all about keeping the momentum. Even the downhill, you can do it, but it's unsure if it's worth it because it's you have to be really precise, and going side by side, you have to really hit the brakes versus kind of controlled falling.
Yeah, and some people are doing that. Look at that, I do saw Steve Durr really taking the edge of the corner, but is doing fine now, and they're now sliding down. And that's also so difficult when you see that smoke coming up. What do you need to do? But they're just holding on and going full speed downstairs. And normally this should be the place where they can overtake. I do want to see Michael Reback. Oh no! Michael Reback has a mistake over there. Let's have a quick look what exactly happened. He comes down. Not much going on. And then, oh, slides. Oh! And it's then Pogowski who needs to make a move. Can actually do that. Amazing that we can still hold that. And all right, he can make that move. Michael Reback back in position. That will cost him a lot of positions right now, and it's Michael Alton who immediately takes an advantage of that. And this is still for position on the podium for our Formula 2 race, which is the most exciting one, although I don't want to jinx it too much, but I do see Sam Devontae keep coming back. Let's have a quick look about his lap times. How is he doing on the moment? And look at that. He has been gaining for 2 laps. The last lap he actually lost a little bit of time. But he is going forward and forward to Adam Miles. Will he come back? He still has 2 minutes and 40 seconds left.
He did qualify pole, but we're getting pretty close to the race end. I think the next lap might be the last one, so...
Well, then Dixon Davenport and Tommy Maines need to worry as well. And oh, there goes Tom Maines. Tom Maines went off track. I'm not sure exactly. Slided a little bit too much. Need to hold back for there. And is losing that position. And maybe in the race in that. Because I don't think that he will come back. So he will hold on to that 12th position. Behind there is Chris Herrera and Carl Dronke doing an awesome job on coming back to the big boys over here. And look at Scott Bell and Mike Bowers. That's also going to be an interesting match on the last lap.
Yeah, I think Max Giacomo, after he pit and he took his lap lead point, is still in 4th place overall.
Yeah, we do see here Dan Pace from Michigan is driving currently on the 20th position. 5th position in Formula 2 and is driving over there together with... Who's that? Ah, that's Phil. Look at that. I didn't recognize Phil. Great to see him back up here. Is in 6th position for Formula 2. But are we going to see the last lap? I do see a white flag. So that means that we're on the last lap. And that means that Sam Devontae needs to make up 2.4 seconds in 1 lap. It's going to be difficult. So I don't think that's going to happen. I think Adam Miles won this morning, and Adam Miles is going to win the evening as well. It is going to be the night for Adam Miles. Sam Devontae on that 2nd position, and then a little bit further back, Tim Bertie, who does a great job in holding on.
And Mike Bowers and Scott Bell are making up time on Max Giacomo for the P4 spot, so that might be a battle when it comes down to the back straight.
Oh, that's a battle that you want to see. And here on the straight, they're going faster and faster. Scott Bell is going to try to see, but it's first Mike Bowers who's going to make that move. Let's drive along with Mike over here. He's looking back. Scott Bell's right in the front of him. Max DiGiacomo right in the front. And this is the last lap, so what can they still do? Who can actually take that 4th position? Because that's really what they're fighting for on the moment.
And a little further back, just for a note, P8 and P9, Thomas Bowers and Benjamin Harris are fighting. And close enough where the last corner might be the decider.
Yeah, that last corner, that is going to be a decider for some people. I don't think it's for this race. But maybe for the battles for 5th position and also for here, Benjamin Harris together with Thomas Fotos.
And right behind them, Dixon Davenport and Steve Dewar for 10th position.
Yeah, look at that. Dixon Davenport takes that 1st position on Formula 1 2, but is also in contention to actually take a top 10, and that's going to be awesome. He is driving hard and making that move, but Steve Dewar knows this track so well. He's not going to let him by over here. It's going to be on that last straight. And while I talk on that last straight, I do see that Adam Miles has moved over there. Sam Devontae has become any closer, but not close enough. But that is not going to be the battle that we're going to see. The battle that we're really going to see for the last straight is Max DiGiacomo, Mike Bowers, and Scott Bell. They're going now side by side over here, and it is Mike Bowers who takes that position. He's going to take that first one, but Scott Bell comes in as well.
Side.
They're going side by side.
I wonder if Max let them by, but was hoping that they didn't go by so fast.
He does let them by, and I do see that Adam Miles takes the position. He's going to be first. Sam Devontae 2nd. And then we see Mike Bowers coming in on 5th. Max DiGiacomo is going to be 5th. And
Max DiGiacomo's out of fuel. Ryan Perez might catch him at the line right here.
Well, look at this. And Mike Bowers is trying to make a last move on Scott Bell, but he's not going to do that. Scott Bell holds on to that 4th position.
Oh, Thomas Photos and Brian Harris at the line.
Look at that. Brian Perez is going to make a move. He is 7th.
Oh, and Dixon Davenport got by everyone.
Yeah, but I think he's already over the line. So Max DiGiacomo takes that 6th position. I don't think there are any more big battles going on.
Oh, if we can wait for everyone to finish, but we can watch the replay between Dixon Davenport and Steve Dewar and Thomas Photos and Ben Harris for 8th. Those are some good ones.
Yeah, we can. Well, let's quickly do that. Of course, I also want to see who's going to jump the highest. But look at that battle. You are right. It was Thomas Photos together with Benjamin Harris in that last corner. We're fighting hard. Thomas Photos holds that on. And that's really the last opportunity. Or is he going to make one more move? Look at how close. And Thomas Photos is defending hard over there. They're going side by side. And then in that last corner. Nice job from Thomas Photos. Really, really well defended. They're going side by side. Wow, that was a close one. Well, let's go quickly back to Adam Miles, because I want to see, and of course somebody else want to see, how far are they going to jump?
Are they going to jump?
Well, I see a lot of
people... Did they have enough fuel to jump?
It's funny. I see actually that Adam Miles doesn't have enough fuel. I'm gonna see if we do have some people that actually do have fuel. There are still some people driving along, but not much anymore. The number 29 is still driving over there. No, I don't see any jumpers on the moment.
Ben Harris. Nope.
Yeah, Benjamin Harris. Is he gonna do it? Well, is no one gonna jump over here?
Come on, Tom. No.
Nah, this is like the big moment here. Is
Carl's going for it
in Australia. Of course, Carl is going to go for it. Oh, Carl, great job. Let's have a quick look at how Carl does that. What an amazing job. Too. Dixon. All right, well, let's have a quick look how Dixon is doing that. Oh, Dixon losing all kind of sorts of things, but doesn't make a nice move. And I think that is everybody who actually has some fuel left.
Oh, Michael Olstein just did a backflip over it.
Oh, I want to see that one. Look at this. Never done before, but Michael Olten can do it. Nice move. I think that is... Oh, Phil, what are you doing? Oh, Phil. All right, well, maybe I hope his car is insured, because that wasn't a dangerous one. But that is the whole fight. Everybody has been up here. So let's have a quick look at the results coming out. Adam Miles, congratulations, first position. Sam Devontae second, and then Tim Bertie. But I'm going to have a quick look if we have already somebody in the booth, and we do. So let's go out and hear Adam Miles together with Sam Devontae. Sam Devontae, second position. Great to have you over here. How was your race?
Wish it was better, I ain't gonna lie. You know, wish it was close to Adam, but hey, you win some, you lose some. But Adam's not my bridesmaid, it seems, today.
Well, Sam, I saw this morning, and it didn't go all the way for you. You had some trouble, and you came back in this race. What have you done different than the race this morning?
Well, I didn't get screwed by Netcode this time. That was great. That's probably the main part. But no, it's just I should react with Adam. Adam reminds me of Leo just a tiny little bit, but And then had to break for Chris. He died in the pits in the last second, so like I don't know if that ruined it, but it's just hard to get pace around here. But hey, you win some, you lose some. Happy New Year as well.
Happy New Year for you too, and great to have you up here. And you have a strong season. Again, second position is not that bad. But there was one person better. But before we go to him, I want to go to our hard charger of the moment, 7th position, Brian Perez. Welcome back to the booth.
Woo! Yay! Driving race cars, yay!
Yes, and you did very well. We saw some amazing moves from you. Normally, people gain something by accidents or anything like that, but you really had to work hard for those 13 spots that you gained. How was your race?
It was way better than my qualifying was, I'll tell you that much. Shit. I was throwing the car. Oh, yeah. I threw the car straight into a wall in the dipper in qualifying, like on lap 1, and just completely ruined any chance of getting a good lap time in. So I kind of just had to come into the race with the mentality of, okay, there's going to be cars in front of me, and by the end of this race, they need to be behind me. And so that's what we did.
That's exactly what you did, because I don't think you saw anybody in front of you anymore. After all those fights with Steve Durr, I think you saw with Dixon Davenport was constantly going back and forth, and then at one point you just went on there and went to 7th position. But great job and congratulations with your hard charger. I want to go to our number 1, Adam Miles. Congratulations. This morning you had to wait till the last lap, till the last moment to overtake. Today you had a different. Tonight you had a different strategy. Tell us all about it.
I thought it was going to be a repeater this morning, the way I completely messed up qualifying. I dropped the wheel in the grass on my out lap, spun it, and then it got black flagged for, qualifying scrutiny. So I had to teleport back to the pits, which only gave me 1 lap of qualifying, and then I messed up turn 1. I thought, here we go again, because I did something very similar this morning. But the race itself was a lot less stressful, I think, and a lot more time spent looking at the relative, just checking the gap to Sam. Made an earlier stop than the front 3. Didn't really know how much that gained me. I just sort of kept an eye on the gap, and I wasn't sure how much Sam was going to gain in the second stop, knowing that he would have a shorter stop. And I think he got to within about 2.0, which was obviously just a second more than I needed to not give him any draft. So just a case of doing 18 clean laps and just bringing it home.
Yeah, and that's exactly what you did. I did see Sam gaining a little bit more time on the last lap. You did take it a little bit more easy, I think. But yeah, you probably had a rough New Year and then straight into this car. What are your goals for this year?
Well, given that Leo's moved on to pastures greener, I think it's have to be the championship. Just got to put a load of good rounds together and try and keep Sam behind me, I think.
Yeah, that's going to be the battle together with Sam Devonshire, although we do see some other drivers are getting closer and closer. Carl Dronke and Chris Herrera. I'm not sure exactly what happened in that pit stops, but otherwise they would have made it a very tough battle. Let's go for some shout-outs. Brian Perez, any shout-outs for you this evening?
Yeah, just give a shout out just to Thomas Photos and Ben Harris and everybody that I got to have good racing with today, because the beauty of having a bad qualifying is that you get to see a lot of your friends if you do well.
Well, that is nice. And of course, NATO Racing Alliance, how are they doing on the moment? Your team?
Oh yeah, I should probably apologize to my teammate Daniel Pogowski for taking him 3 wide. Yeah, I had places that I was trying to get to, and I'm sorry. And I think he had a pretty good finish too. So NATO Racing Alliance should be pretty strong here.
You guys scored a lot of points because Daniel Pogowski was second position in Formula 2. So great race. Any last words for Sam?
Adam said go for championship. Looks like I'm gonna go for championship as well, because it's gonna be tough this season. Just you guys obviously the broadcast every week. Top Split TV, Alex McKellar does SNL, which Adam won this morning. He's the first time winning on SNL, so welcome to the club. It's happy New Year to everyone, obviously. Yeah.
Awesome, great job, and of course Adam Miles, not from London.
No.
Any last words?
thank you as always for the broadcast, and congratulations to Sam. I mean, he had a bad bit of luck this morning, and I mean, that it speaks to his quality that you can drive for 45 minutes, and you know that one bad corner is the difference between winning and losing. So it's extremely competitive and makes it a lot of fun.
Hey, this is the netcode.
Exactly. Well, this time there was no netcode involved. Adam, do you know where we are in the next race?
We are off to Sonoma at the Cup layout.
Ooh. Well, that's going to be again a lot of draft, a lot of technique going on. So curious to see what we'll have over there. I want to thank you all for joining the booth. Great that you always do that because it gives a little bit of extra information for us here to see how you done in the race. Thank you, Matt, for joining me here in the booth as well. Really great job.
Thanks for doing all the hard work.
Yeah, well, I always enjoy it. I want to thank all our viewers for coming up here, and I want to thank everybody for joining us. For now, this is the end of this broadcast, and we will be back on Wednesday with our QRL league. So for now, thank you very much, and have a great for the rest of the week.